Everybody, welcome to my first video vlog of 2020. Yep, 2020, scary. So this video vlog is all about how many miles I've done. Obviously the title of the video says 55,000 miles, and that's how many miles I've cycled since April 2003, which is quite a lot of miles in my opinion. Because when I first started doing real cycling, if I did 1,000 miles in a year, I thought I was doing quite well. And then I must hit 3 years in a row, hit over 5,000, and one of them included 6,000, but for the last couple of years I've not done that well. Last year I was aiming to hit 4,000 and it only just hit over 2,000, and the year before that I was about 3,000, I can't remember, just making numbers up. So this year I need to get back into cycling and do as many as I can. But so far, if you include today, I have done 45 I think so far this month. It may sound good, but in reality it's not, because that year I hit 6,000, I think I did about 200-300 miles probably in this month, but hey ho. So I just got to get out cycling as much as I can. And of course in that time I've been through lots of bikes. My first bike that when I moved down here I've still got, but it's in storage. I've not used that in about 10-11 years. And then I bought a new bike which I did the coast to coast entrance cycle on, which unfortunately is now been scrapped because I went to get it serviced and they found a big crack down the bottom of the frame. So that bike's no longer working, which is a bit of a shame because I did the entrance cycle, which is literally from the top of the UK down to the end of it, and that was literally just under 1,000 miles in 2.5 weeks, which I still rate is probably the best cycle I've ever done, and still one of the best things I've ever done in my entire life, because it's just amazing to cycle the whole length of the UK by myself. Well, more or less by myself, but we won't talk about that because that ended 10 years ago. Of course, there's lots of other amazing cycles since then. There's around here, there's some really good cycles at Aston. People think Lincolnshire is flat, but believe me, the bit I live in it's not, because if you go into Leicestershire, it's really hilly. And also Rutland's quite hilly, and I sort of live on the border of all three of them. And even if you go into like bits of Cambridgeshire, it's not too bad. And even from Cambridgeshire you can cycle into Huntingdonshire, which it's not a county, but it's a county in my opinion. That's got lots of hills on it, so nearby there's lots of hills. So of course, you can't beat the hills in Scotland, it has to be said in my opinion, because they're just amazing up there. Again, I've not done a long cycle in Scotland in a long time, because I used to, every time I went up there, I used to try and get cycling, but for whatever reason I've not done that. So maybe this year, I'll get some Scotland cycling in again. See if anything's about. So yeah, 55,000 miles on a bike. It's not too bad, to be honest. Well, not on the same bike, as I've been through a number of bikes since then, but my current bike I got in 2013, which is still going, and then I got another bike after that, which I'm asked to crack the crankshaft off, so that needs to get fixed, and so I'm basically down to one usable bike at the moment. It's a bit where I like to have two bikes in case one dies, so I'm actually down to one bike, so I'm thinking, when's this bike going to die? So I need to get this bike serviced and get my other bike fixed. It also means if my friend Nick comes, we love cycling now, and again I've only got one bike, so I need to get it fixed before he comes up, but when that'll be I have no idea. So I else to tell you what I've been up to. I've not been up to that much. Oh yeah, tell a lie, I've done quite a lot of walking so far, but there's another thing I tried to do. There's a thing called Walk 1,000 miles. Basically the aim is to walk 1,000 miles in a year, and so far this year I'm at 7 or 8%, which isn't bad considering it's only 20 days into the month. That's quite good, so I'll definitely do that. But again, this will be my third year in a row I've done it. Well, I will do it, oh yeah, obviously, but the first year I did it, I did lots, and last year I thought I'd done more, it turned out about 2 miles less than I did the year before. So this year I'm going to aim for at least, touch wood, 1,500 miles of walking. I've said that now, I probably won't do it, but that's my goal, because if I keep going the rate I'm going, it's quite easy. Even if I walk the dog every day, that's like 3 miles a do on average. And then most Sundays me and my housemate Mark try and do a long walk, so that can be over 10 miles. So the average week I do about 25 to 30 miles a week walking. And then I've got to work out what that comes out to a year. I can't really even work that one out. But what I mean is, the average is actually pretty high, so I just have to keep it up. So anyway, since it's the first video vlog of the year and of the decade, of course I'm wearing a wetsuit. It's actually quite cold today. And these woods I came into, I sort of cycled into, and the second I cycled into them I thought, I made a mistake here, because of course in the roads they grit them, but when you go into like a forest and woods they don't. So literally the second I came into the car park it was like ice! And also it's quite different, but since it's like, as you can see below me, it is concrete, and the problem with concrete is it takes a long time to cool down, And when it does cool down, it's like a storage heater. It keeps the cold in, so even a couple of days after the temperature's gone up, it can still have ice on it because it freezes everything that touches it. And of course during the summer it's the opposite. It heats up and it takes a long time to get the heat back out again. And you probably know where I am. If you don't know, I'll tell you. Basically, where I am, that's an old control tower for a runway. And these are public woods, anybody can walk into them, called Twyford Woods. Or it used to be called RAF North Willem. If you want to look at Wikipedia, that it tells you all about it. It's great for them because they've got massive old runways. You've got this nice control tower behind me, which unfortunately now, as you can see, the block to the windows up. Is a couple of years ago you could walk into it, and actually there's steps. I think you've got to go that one that takes up to the next floor. And again, you can't get into it now, but there's a balcony bit which I wouldn't walk on anyhow because you might fall through it, so it goes out. And of course that would have been the bit that would have looked out to see all the planes coming in and landing. Anyway, I'm just rabbiting now, so do comment, subscribe, watch our video blogs, hit the little bell icon, and I'll speak to you all when I do another video vlog. I now got to cycle home to say I've definitely done 55,000 miles since April 2003. Mouthful. Anyway, goodbye.